everybody, and welcome back to my channel on this Saturday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today I've got a BBC News article for you about the singer called Sia. And as the headline reads, as we're going to go down, Sia reveals autism diagnoses 2 years after film backlash. So as an autistic woman, as a legally autistic diagnosed woman, I thought I would go through this article with you and talk about it from my autistic perspective and see what the BBC article says. As you can see, there is the controversial lady herself, a picture of Sia, which her pop music hits include Chandelier, Titanium, and Cheap Thrills. This article was done by Mark Savage, who is the BBC music correspondent. 2 years after apologising for her depiction of autism in the film Music, Sia has revealed that she has been diagnosed with the condition herself. Speaking to Rob Has a Podcast, which discusses the US reality show Survivor, the star said that her diagnosis had brought a sense of relief. I felt like for 45 years, I was like, I've got to put my human suit on, she said, and only in the last 2 years, I've become fully myself. Sia, whose full name is Sia Ferneur, is best known as a singer-songwriter with hits including Chandelier, Titanium, and Cheap Thrills. But in 2021, she branched out into the filmmaking with Music, a musical drama about a woman who becomes the sole carer for her half-sister, a teenager with non-verbal autism. She was widely criticized for casting the neurotypical actress Maddie Ziegler, who had appeared in several of her music videos, in the main role. There was also anger over a scene in which Ziegler's character was seen being held in a controversial face-down prone restraint during an episode of overstimulation. The restraint can pose a risk of physical harm and, in some extreme cases, death by suffocation. Sia has then since apologized to the autistic community for the film. At the time, Sia defended the film, saying it was completely based on the experiences of a neuroatypical friend. However, after the film was nominated for 2 Golden Globe Awards in 2021, the singer issued a string of apologies on Twitter before deleting her account altogether. I plan to remove the restraint scenes from all future printings. I listened to the wrong people, and that is my responsibility. My research was clearly not thorough enough, not wide enough, she stated at the time. Well, no, not really, you didn't, Sia, because you only apologised and changed it when the autistic community came at you to confront you, so not accurate. She also promised that a warning card would be added to the film, saying that it in no way condones or recommends the use of restraint on autistic people. So this is her and Maddie Ziegler from the film Music, which I refused to watch. I watched the trailer and yeah, it made me go berserk. At the time, the Australian singer did not allude to being neuroatypical herself, but in her podcast appearance, she stated, I'm on the spectrum and I'm in recovery. There's a lot of things. The 47-year-old appeared on the podcast to congratulate Carolyn Wieger, a runner-up in the recent 44 series of Survivor. She had previously called Wieger her favourite player and offered the single mother $100,000, which is equivalent to £80,900 UK money, to help with her financial difficulties. During her appearance on Survivor, Wieger's quirky, unfiltered personality endeared her to many fans, some of whom asked whether she had been diagnosed with autism. She later responded that she is not on the spectrum but has ADHD and is in recovery from addiction. On the podcast, Sia congratulated Wieger as someone who didn't put her human suit on, who just showed up and was willing to be rejected and to be the weird one. The cook in me recognizes the cook in you, she added. The behavior she described of learning and practicing certain behaviors to fit in with the people around you aligns with the concept of autistic masking. Psychologist Dr. Emma Colbert previously described masking to the BBC as things people do to hide or disguise aspects of behavior that might seem different to non-autistic individuals. Sia, who is a recovering alcoholic, also responded to Uyghur's own struggles with addiction and recovery. I think one of the greatest things is that nobody can ever know you and love you when you're filled with secrets and living in shame. And when we finally sit in a room full of strangers and tell them our deepest, darkest, and most shameful secrets, and everybody laughs along with us, and we don't feel like pieces of trash for the first time in our lives, and we feel seen for the first time in our lives for who we actually are, then we can start going out into the world and operating as human beings with hearts and not pretending to be anything. So this is her coming out diagnosis article that she did with the BBC. This came out on, let's have a look, 3 days ago. It's here on the bbc.co.uk website, and as you can see, so as an autistic woman, what do I think about this article? What do I think about Sia and her autism diagnoses? Well, there's one side of me that is very doubtful about this, because after she went after the autistic community, after she released her film Music, and she got such a massive backlash because of the restraint scenes and the fact that she'd merged her support with Autism Speaks, which a lot of the autistic community have told many people like herself not to pledge their support with them, because Autism Speaks want to eradicate and stop autism from happening altogether. So that was her first mistake with regards to upsetting the autistic community. But again, like she has said, everyone is entitled to make mistakes and everybody learns and changes from their behavior. True, to some extent. But do I believe now that all of a sudden she's an autistic person and an ally? I want to believe her. I want to believe she has been assessed formally. I want to believe that she has been diagnosed formally. But do I believe that she has? There's a little niggle inside my head that's saying, is this a publicity stunt? Is it for promotion? Is it for views? Is it for her to be seen as communicating with the autistic community again? But I really do want to support this. I really feel she is being genuine. I really do feel that she's asking for support, considering what she did a year ago when she went after us on Twitter and other social media platforms, because she knew she'd done wrong with the film Music, and casting a neurotypical actress to play a severely autistic role is just not acceptable in any shape or form. She should have done more research, like she admitted. She should have chosen someone who had autism or had someone in their family who was willing to play the severe autistic teenager, young adult, instead of casting a neurotypical actress, someone who had very little knowledge or very little background with autism in general. But I am glad that if Sia is officially diagnosed and she has officially been given the medical label, medical diagnosis, medical report, then obviously I will welcome her with open arms into the autistic community as someone themselves who is autistic and wants to give her a chance. I really think this would be a good way of her to apologize and to really support people on the autistic spectrum. I think that if she is officially one of us and is a member of our community and a member of our movement, I think that it will give us someone high profile to raise the profile of autism and to get that positive message out there. So I want to believe that this is official. I want to believe that she is officially one of the autistic community members. But yeah, I will link the article down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.